Hey, good morning. It's actually morning here. Jenny Jones here, Digital Growth Hacks Club. Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me or am I coming across clearly. Um, Wanted to talk about a lot of different things today. Wanted to allow people the opportunity to get into the room. We will get started here. Um, get started about, I don't know, another 2 minutes or so, give people time and opportunity to get in. I know some people were telling me, "Hey, I'm coming from another meeting, but I want to make sure I get in." So, a couple things we're going to talk about. Hey, Bruni, how you doing? A couple things I want to talk about. This is probably going to be more beneficial. And people's like, "Oh, Jenny, what is he going to be talking about today?" Listen, this is going to be very beneficial. So, hopefully, the people who are here are supposed to be here. Got a lot of noise going on in the background here. They're supposed to be doing some different things with my bathroom, and they said, "Oh, well, we're gonna come tomorrow morning." I was like, "Oh, wait, you can't come tomorrow. I have a live stream." They're like, "Well, we're gonna have to charge you." I was like, "Okay, yeah, you can come tomorrow." So I wanted to make sure I got that. Johnny Kang, what's up? Johnny Kang in the house. Hey, Stu, what's up, man? How you doing? All right, so listen, this is what we're gonna do today. Hopefully, you guys have something to write with, right? Even if you're traveling or whatever, you got to make some mental notes, and you'll probably be able to reference back to this. So last year, sometime we did a series on what we're looking for in these new tools or LTD tools or tools that we were looking at before we picked them up or we even considered them. And that's what we're going to do today with these new AI tools. And we're going to talk about just a couple of briefly some things that um, some of the things that we need to be looking for and how we still can make money. I'm more into the money making tools. If you haven't noticed, I kind of switched. I digital marketing is what I do, so I look for opportunities to bring. I look for opportunities in the digital marketing space, but I'm more concerned now with as the economy starts to tighten and things starts to change. I want us to still be out here winning. That's my mo. Big Kev world. What's up, man? What time is it there? I always ask him that. Your filter's good. Can't hear any background. All right, cool, 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 cool. All right, thank you guys for helping me, keeping me on point here. All right, so let's talk about the first thing I want to talk about is let me tell you what I'm noticing as the tools are dropping, right? And this is going to put a lot of people on notice. So hopefully some founders out there will get a hold to this video and they'll listen to this. And I want you guys to chime in too, because this is going to be an effort with all of us here. Um, what I'm noticing, right? And what I'm concerned with is if an AI tool is coming, right? Let's say a new AI tool showed up Monday, or let's say an AI tool showed up next Monday, right? On one of my Monday madnesses, right? What I want to know, what I want to know about this tool. So these are the things that I'm checking. I want to know that if this tool is, if they are connected via API into the back end of a chat GPT or one of the other large language models, what are they doing differently that that particular model won't do to cannibalize that particular business? Let me know if you understand in the chat what I'm talking about. This is going to be very participative. We're not talking about selling anything today. We're not putting any links. I today is about a coming home on these LTDs and these AI tools, because there's an expectation that when I'm going to be bringing tools to you, a lot of times someone will come to me and says, "Hey, what do you think of this tool? If you like it or whatever, do a video on it or whatever." Some tools are kind of like, I'm not feeling that tool. I'm not doing that. So one thing you guys need to know about me, if I'm doing a tool, so let's put some things out here. If I'm doing a tool, I own the tool or I'm going to be using that tool. You very rarely see me, or if I tell you, hey, I'm going to experiment, I'm going to take this tool off the shelf and I'm going to see what it's about. And if you never hear from that tool again, that means I put it back, or two, I didn't like what they were doing. So I just don't want to do this guy. Yes. So Big Kev's World got it. So you mean AI wrappers. Exactly. So you can have at your core, you could be pulling from an API, because everybody, just because you roll out of bed and figured out, oh, I can pull AI or AI keys into my system, and then I can wrap. The thing is, what we need to be doing is, what did they wrap it with, right? And is it easily duplicatable, right? Because there's some tools that I'm seeing. There's some tools that I'm seeing drop now that when they dropped, or maybe the tool dropped a year ago, but now that Google and the rest of these companies are coming alive, they're starting, because the larger companies want to get it right. They're not LTDs, so they'll put out a tool, an LTD tool will come out, or a new business will come out, and it's like, oh, we can go to market next week. Whereas a larger company, say a Google and Meta, they'll they'll take a lot longer to roll it out, because they got to be right, because they're public companies. They don't want to roll out a tool that's not right. They'll roll it out in beta even for 6 months or a year until they get it right. My challenge is, some of these tools that are coming out, and we're jumping on them because we haven't seen what they've done before. But what's happening is, uh tools like a Gemini or something like that. Because what I'm noticing, Gemini is doing a lot of stuff that some of the tools that I picked up last year are already doing. All right. So reason here, no idea on what to watch out for AI tools. You mean so Big Kev's World, does that make sense? I mean, does he get it? I mean, Vanti, I know you get it, of what I'm basically saying. Big Kev's World. All right, it's 5 p.m. All right, you good, good. Does that make sense, Johnny? And I guess what we need to do as a community, or those who follow me or follow my channel or subscribe, I want us to kind of come up with our game plan. I'm gonna bring up a Google Doc up here in a minute, because there are certain things where we don't want to look for when these tools come, so we don't get quote unquote burned a year from now, right? Does that make sense? Cloud Desktop and using MCP servers replicate a lot of these SaaS tools. It takes a minute to set up, but they are a beast. Yeah, so I've been hearing that, right? And so either you're gonna want ease of use, like a Bruni here, Joyful Stamping. She's like, hey, I can't be setting up no MCP servers and cloud. And me, I'm not gonna do that either. So just letting you know, because I know when was it Picture GPT? Was it Picture GPT or Photo GPT, when that came out? People like, oh man, you can do that. You can take this, then duct tape this to this. And I was like, man, listen, I'm not going to do all of that, because when I have to get content out, I don't have time to do all of that, or run servers and all that. I just don't. I'm running so many other things. So I think if you have the time to do that, Big Kev, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, there's some people that's not going to want to do that, but at the same token, um, how easily duplicatable is it for the average? Let's talk average, Big Kev. Come on, man. What are you doing? He's like, oh, you can take a Claude desktop and wrap it on this and duct tape it to this and get a paper clip from here. Nah, man. There used to be a show out here in the United States. I don't know if they had it out there, but it was called MacGyver, is where he just connect all different types of stuff up to make it work. That's a MacGyver hookup, what you got there. So, so I mean, does that make sense, Vanti? And Big Kev's World, keep it basic, man. Keep it basic. We'll have an offline discussion on that though. And I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, like, there's some tools that dropped, um, your jog AIs and some of your other tools that dropped early last year. And they were hitting on a lot of different things that some of these other tools hadn't had an opportunity to get to yet. And that's what I'm saying. So what do you think about that? MacGyver. Yeah. I mean, have you heard of MacGyver? I didn't know if they have it over there in the UK, but I know it's funny. It's an old school show, but I thought it was funny when you were like, "Hey, we can do this and do that." Um, Johnny would have chimed in by now. He would have. Johnny, are you there? Yeah. So Vasti, is it Vasti or Vasti? Man, I don't. Y'all be putting down name. I'll be like, what is this? So does that? And I guess what I'm trying to do and what I want us to make is our list of things we want to check for. Not only that, I want us to start trying to figure out, okay, I have this tool. When they come back, do I upgrade? Do I downgrade? Today is kind of one of those sessions that we're going to have together to try to understand and what's a good money making tool. How do we identify a good money making tool, right? And that those are some of the things that I was thinking of. Jefferson said that was one of my favorite shows. Hey, listen, MacGyver's Vast T. Oh, interesting. All right. Vast T. Got it. All right. Uh well, it would have been great if you just would have put Vast T instead of Vasty. All right, enough about that. All right, so does that make sense? I just want you guys to make sure that we're understanding that what I'm gonna have after this. Yeah, it was like the 18. Yeah, 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 yeah. All right, enough of the. All right, so after this, I am gonna have a open office hours. Those who are part of my community already, Hack Pack 3 and 4, mostly 4, some old legacy Hack Pack 3ers was granted that, but they'll have an opportunity to join that, and everyone else will have an opportunity to join as well. Because there, I'm gonna do the Roses Are Red Hack Pack. I haven't disclosed that yet, but if you've been getting my newsletter, you know that's coming. So on the office hours, I'm gonna show people the Roses Are Red Hack Pack, and I'm gonna be I'm gonna be talking about um some other tools, and I'm going to be doing some live demos. I think Brilliant Directories is one. There was a high request for that. And what I was going to do is show people how to get that tool up and running. And I was also going to show people how to get a Sweet Dash up and running. So I'm going to be doing a live demo. So in my office hours, I'm going to be doing live demos, live walkthroughs. Hey, this is the fastest way to set this up. This is how you get more value out of it. So I'll be doing that at the top of the hour right after this, probably about an hour from now. So it'll be at the top of the hour, 15 minutes after. So it'll be 10:15 is when I'll start that. So it's 9:15 now, Pacific time. So in another hour, I'll start the office hours and you guys can get in on that. And I think the office hours is it's gonna probably go for about an hour, hour and a half, almost 2 hours, because I'm just gonna be doing requests and I'm gonna be talking live on the different things that's some of the tools that are already out there and how to quickly deploy them and how to utilize them. So I'll be doing that afterwards. So if you're in my community, you're going to get access to that. I'll put the access code in there. And then if you're not, you're going to get a link. Um, if you go to LTD Streets, you're going to get a link to join that. I think it's like 5 or 7 bucks or something like that. But we're going to be in there for about 2 hours. So today is going to be an LTD day. If you wanted to get into it, part of my Memorial Day and part of my giving back as a former uh, United States military, want to be able to give back. So I'm going to give back to that. And today is just like I said, it's going to be office hours. And I'm going to get into, you guys know I have most every tool out there. So there's some tools. I'm going to show you some tricks, some different tools. I think some people are asking me about some tools when it comes to uh, some of the newer hacks that I did. I just haven't went behind the scenes. I'm going to be showing you that as well. So let's get back to it. So that's going to be happening immediately after this. So I just want to make sure everybody knew. All right. So so we do all now understand. I just want to make sure we know, right? Because now when I start doing my marketing Mondays, if there's a lot of AI tools dropping, I'm going to be looking for certain things, and I want you guys to help me put together a list of things we should be looking for when new AI tools drop. Are you guys okay with that? Everybody say, yeah, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you guys like too, man. Don't have me out here in these YouTube streets, man. And YouTube they only pay me. I get paid $2 a month from them. So hey, Shivet. So let me bring up I'm gonna bring up a doc here. So what we're going to create here Vet, and everyone else, we're gonna create a sheet, a checklist of AI tools, right? Because they're dropping every week, and I mean they're dropping literally, meaning they're coming out, and some are dropping like flies, literally, because you know a Gemini or something now is doing some different things. There are some tools that are making it very doing a very very good job at it. Um, so let me see. Uh, caregiving. Hey, how you doing? Is How you doing? So does that make sense or no or not really, Jenny? What are you talking about? So what we're going to be doing is we are going to be putting together our own little checklist of the AI tools that we see drop, right? We're gonna put together our own little tools. I mean, our own little checklist because we did this once before, right? We did this once before when we saw new tools. So let's see here, new AI tool drops. All right, and I'm gonna call this new AI tools check drops checklist. So all right, so let me share this on the screen. All right, so let's share. Let me share here. Let's see. All right. So again, what we're doing, we're going to create our own little AI checklist tool that for new tools that drop, we want to we want to make sure that these tools have at least um let's see here. All right. So this is our because we did this last year on new tools that we wanted to look for. Um all right. So if I get called away for like 2 minutes, then let me know because that's probably the guys working on my house, and they're like, "Hey, we need to do this or get in here, get in here." So hopefully that doesn't happen because I'd already told them. All right. So what is the first thing? So as we talk about these AI rappers, because most all of them are AI rappers, not in the tune of not in the tune of when I say AI rappers, I'm not talking about 50 Cent or nothing like that. I'm talking about tools that have AI, they have an API coming in from the back end from a Claude or something like that, and they're feeding it and then they're wrapping it around. So what are some of the things that we can say, yeah, I don't know, that's going to be easy. The reason why, because if it's going to be easily, if it's going to be easily duplicatable, right? If it's going to be easily duplicatable, then that tool, their survivability may be um may their lifespan only may be like a year or two. So Adrienne, is that you, Adrienne? I haven't heard from you since last year. I'm giving you a hard time. Uh Technology is growing, is going and continuing. So this is a fair point. She's like, hey, technology is going to continue to advance quickly. Knowing what to use, when to use it, and how to use it in a way that sets you apart is going to be important. This discussion is needed. Yeah. So that's kind of what, like I said, that's kind of what we're going to do today. So now we do admit, because even Kev was like, "Hey, you can hook up your own stuff with Claude and do all that other stuff," which is cool. You can, but there's going to be people that are less technical and people that just kind of want to get their digital pieces out or their assets. What my concern is, I want to make sure that this company is going to be in business for another year or at least two, right? Eureka has been a great tool for me. Hopefully, you will have a deeper dive into that tool soon. Man, we've been all over Eureka. All right, so we have. I may talk about that a little bit. Again, I'm having a office hours afterwards. So if you want to join me for that, you can. If you're a member of my community, you're a member of my channel, you're Hack Pack 4, you're all of these different things, you should be getting, you should be able to come to, there's a link that you're going to be able to get for that. But if you're not, then you still can participate in that. If you go to LTD Streets, and I think it's like $7 to get into that. But I'm gonna be in my office hours for about 2 hours. today. And we're going to be just going through tools and finding ways to roll them out quickly. I think Brilliant Directories was a request on there. And I think Sweet Dash and some other ones that are people's like, man, I'm struggling to get this out. And I'll just kind of share with you some of the techniques. And I'll also be revealing my Roses Are Red hack pack in there today as well. So that'll be immediately following this little session here. So what was the first thing? So Eureka. So what's unique about a tool like Eureka? Eureka didn't start with AI feed. And I think that's what's unique about it, but they quickly adapted to that. So I think a tool like Eureka that gives you what? So we're looking for let's do this. So we'll call it multi-point. I'll call it multi-point areas. So meaning that when you grab a tool, AI tool, can it help me in more than one way? Is that fair? You guys let me know, because we're putting together this master list so that everybody can check for these, or these are things that I'm gonna check for even when the Monday Madness, when those happen. I'm gonna be telling you. So if you've attended this session, you'll be like, I see what Jenny's saying here. I know why he's liking this tool. Now, the reason why I fell in love with Photo GPT was because the headshots on it were very, very clean, and I could use other tools. I can go use a Flux and add it in with something else, and I can do that, but I wanted a simple one button click, right? So I kind of like that. Now, can I use that immediately, right? That was a tool. So that was another thing here. So let's put here, can I use in my tech stack immediately? So we'll go immediately. All right, I need some other ones. Come on, you guys got to help me here. This is for us. I'm building this for the channel, so we'll know, so we don't get confused out here on these streets. All right, so what else? Rika has been great. What else are you guys thinking? I know Adrian, she's probably typing a whole list out already, knowing her. That's kind of how she rolls. So what else can we add? This is our new AI tool drops checklist, right? And so does it have multi-point areas? Because what I will say, Big Kev, is if I can get a tool that gives me this, and this, and no one else is giving me that, I think I can liken that tool a little bit as well. So what's the one non-negotiable feature you need in an AI tool to feel confident it will be valuable and viable 2 years? I like that. That's a good question. That's a good question. Thanks, Johnny. Between you and Adrian, I already know I'm gonna get some juicy stuff. What's the one non-negotiable feature? Give us an example then, Johnny. So what's the one non-negotiable feature you'd need in an AI tool to feel confident? I don't know is that worded right? In an AI tool to feel confident it will still be valuable and viable in 2 years from now. Give me an example on that, Johnny. I think I'm understanding. You're saying a non-negotiable, meaning they must have this or they must not have that. One thing that I am concerned with, and you guys have seen my notes, and if you follow me in my community, I do have a problem with unlimiteds. That's just, and I think we talked about that even when we put together our list for any LTD tool last year. And here's what I'll say. Now, be fairness, I've been at LTD for a while, right? 5-6 years now, right? But I think that was a popular thing back then, where you can go with the unlimited, this, unlimited, and then people will hop on the highest tier, pay about $1,000 for it. And you're like, oh man, I paid $1,000 for this. I get unlimited this, and I get unlimited that. Then people jump on it and they abuse it. And then next thing you know, the company's like, we can't afford unlimited no more. You're like, wait, what? That's the reason why I bought you unlimited, right? So give me an example on that. Does it allow me to stand out from the crowd? I guess I want a little bit more on that. We're going to come back to that one, so I will put that one down. Can I stand out from the crowd with this new AI purchase? And we'll come back. We'll clean that one up. Um, so let's look at a tool like and Absolutely 100 that gives us range and autonomy. Absolutely 100 that gives us range and autonomy with how we use the info. I would like it to be able to connect to or simple lift a workflow, not just tech stack. So let me know what you mean by that. You're saying, hey, can I webhook it into something else and it doesn't lock me in, right? Oh, what about can I bring my own key? Does it play well with other integration tools? I like that. I like that. I like Adrian, give me an example on that. Don't because I'm trying to read these fast. So I'm trying to digest it. If I don't really kind of understand it, then I know what you're saying, but like you and Johnny, I know y'all y'all go way here. I'm like, hey, I got 100 things I'm looking at here. So one of them, it doesn't play well with others, integrate. So this is a simple response that I need, Johnny and Adrian. I know you guys' technical level is up there, but I need to hit these quick because we're trying to get these quick points. So I see what you're saying. So does it play well? Does it play well? Why is this important with others? Integrations with other tools. So when I think of this particular statement, this is the reason why. Does it play well with others? Integrates with other tools. This is the reason why I fell in love with Hey Summit, right? I fell in love with Hey Summit for this particular reason. Um, I liked Meet In because it gave me the ability to do multiple things, right? Can I do multiple things? So there's different things that I look for. And I don't know that it's necessarily if they add AI to a Hey Summit or Meet In, yeah, okay, right. But a lot of the things, agendas and all that stuff, I can get all that stuff already. I think that was what was the beauty of sessions. Oh my God, there's our word again. That was the beauty of that because they built all that in already. And it's like, oh my God, it already has it here, And so that was one of the things with that. So I like that. Does it play well with other tools? That was the reason why I fell in love with Hey Summit. It's like, man, I can use this. I can use Hey Summit. The difficult part about Hey Summit is you have to have vision when you set it up and what you want to do, which was a lot of the tools you have to have. What's going on here? You've been signed out. Oh my goodness. Let me bring this down here. Let me sign back in. I don't know what happened here. Oh, I signed me out by another tab. What is going on? Yeah, let me do this here. Uh, Hold on, I gotta sign back into that. I gotta. So what else are you guys thinking? Hey, you guys, make sure you give me uh thumbs up. I'm trying to take care of us, right? This is because there's going to be a lot of tools that's going to drop, and there's going to be a lot of tools that come back. My thing is, why are you back? Are you running out of money? Ask these questions of these founders. Don't be playing around with these founders. All right, so we're good here. All right, let me share it and add this back to the screen. All right, I didn't want you guys to see my password, man. We can't have that all over the internet. So all right. All right. So does it play well with others? Does integrations tools work well? Great. All right. So now we have all right. So for instance, with Eureka, you can research, brainstorm, outline, build, and now publish courses, streamlining the course and making it possible to see big picture detail. Why you just didn't say that? I be messing with agent. So no, she's right. It's like give me everything in one package so I don't really have to leave and go somewhere else. But if you're giving me that and to streamline it and to put it into my ecosystem or to make it productive, I like that. So what do we call that? And we need a one-liner on that, Adrian, AC. So what do we need a one-liner? Because that's perfect because what she's saying is, can you give me my entire workflow? Right? Can you give me my entire workflow? I can research here, I can brainstorm. That's why Eureka is hidden gold. I love, 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 love Eureka because it's like, oh, I want to create a course. Let me research it. Let me find the areas that's not being hit out here. Let me add that in there and let me do this here and making it possible to see the big picture. What do we call that? what are we? Is it not? It's not multi-use. I mean, what do we call that? What are we gonna call that, Adrian? You got to give me something. You got to give me the same one. So give me that. Give me something on that, Adrian. Workflow. All right. So workflow for easy deployment. I mean, that's kind of what it is, but I want to be able uh one, two, and three. When I see it, I'm going to be able to remember what it is. You got to help me with that one. You got to give me the one liner on that one, Adrian. Come on now. You know I'm trying to write. All right. So all right. So Johnny's like, hey, for me, it's adaptability. I need a tool to integrate with other platforms and evolve as technologies change. So evolve. All right. So evolve meaning I guess that would almost be the integration with other tools, kind of like number four. So evolve, I'm gonna just put evolve adaptability. You guys have got some good ones here. So I'm gonna be going through this list. So now when I start doing my Monday madness, I'm gonna be going through these lists, right? I'm gonna be going through this list, and you can call me on these. Hey, Jenny, you said on this, man, you said it had to have this. Now, what I will, my disclaimer, right? my, my disclaimer is sometimes they will ask me to do, and I won't. I've been asked to do a lot of videos on a lot of different. I was like, I ain't doing that. That tool ain't gonna make it 1 year. I don't tell them that, but I'll tell them that I don't know. I don't like where that tool's going. I will. uh, oh, okay. So, all right. Yes, that's the word again. Session. That is the session. All right. So I think we got here. Streamlines and simplifies our workflow from concept to creation. Love it. Thank you for the one liner. She's like, dude, I'm trying to give you the answers to the test. All right. So streamlines. This is true. Streamlines and simplifies, right? This is true. Simplifies our workflow from not a lot of tools do that. That's a good. Not a lot of tools do that. I think you nailed it on the head. The one tool that does that very well is Eureka. Yeah. All right. Streamlines. All right. So number 6, evolve. All right. So is the tool dependent on one API? API. So yeah, I like that. Right. So is the tool dependent on one API? Now, to me, you guys have given a lot of ones today. You guys have given a lot of one, and we're still going to got a couple more here. But here's what Big Kev just said is that's probably the most important one. And I'm not trying to single his stuff out. I'm not saying his is better than anybody else's. I'm just saying it's the most important one that you need to think about because AI is so rapidly evolving, right? That if they depend on one API source or one API connectivity and that other API and another AI company, or let's say it's ChatGPT or somebody else or somebody a little bit smaller than ChatGPT, and then ChatGPT goes and buys them or they get merged with somebody else, right? Now your API is jacked. Now you don't have anything. And they're like, we don't care. Does that make sense? That's the reason why I say it's the most important one. The other ones here are good, but these are the questions we need to be asking. The best time to ask questions is when they first show up on a Marketing Monday. Ask your questions because they're going to be active because they already know that's the money they're landing, or they should be. That's a red flag because if they can't answer the question, sometimes they're in a different time zone. So you may have to wait a day or maybe a couple hours. You do it in the morning and it shows up at night, right? That's important as well. So that's a good question. I put a star next to that is because is this tool dependent on one API, right? If that API gets absorbed, if someone purchases it, will you be around next week, next tomorrow? But I also think that uh can I use it in my tech stack immediately? Right? Can I use my tech stack immediately? You know, you probably can cover the cost. You be like, hey, listen, this is only $100. I'm a ride with it and do that as well. So is a tool that's a good one. Uh so what were you running out of money is always my first thought. Then I do research. So I guess this is in relation to some of the tools coming back. Hey, were you running out of money? Where I mean, what's going on with you, right? We listen, we gotta stick together. We don't want to keep getting burned out here on these streets. We get these sad, hey, I'm not gonna be able to do that because a lot of tools are changing. Here's what I will tell you, and I'm gonna just be honest, and I shared this 6 months 8 months ago. Uh I think the whole SEO model is kind of crumbling before our eyes. So a lot of these SEO tools are coming. I'm like, dude, SEO, I mean, it is what it is. I think a tool that still does SEO inside of some of the platforms, like a YouTube, still does SEO to a sense, and they still use a lot of keyword search and stuff like that because they want to be able to deliver the videos that they need to deliver based on the concept. But it's so much more intelligent now. You can't say that you're doing this in your video and then you don't even talk about it in your video because it's sophistication in their software now. It's like you say you're doing digital marketing, but dude, you hop on here and you're talking about fishing, right? So they have the ability now to match up the video with with what you're sharing with the actual titles and keywords, which I think makes it more powerful. So SEO, when it comes to YouTube today, is still relevant. But when it comes to search, nah, I'm good on that. So somebody else said something. Uh, okay, so this is not wacky, right? It says this might sound wacky, but another thing is what's the product roadmap like? I mean, so that's a good question, but do we really believe? Honestly, I don't buy for roadmaps. I want to get you guys' comments on that. I don't, dude, I'm not buying for a roadmap because they be like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and oh, we'll add that to our roadmap. Again, that's 4 or 5 years ago, unlimited type of language. I don't want to hear that. I want to see what you're doing. I've bought a tool so let me tell you a tool that's been, rapidly. I'm gonna throw out a couple of tools that's been rapidly just throwing new stuff at you. So let me give you a couple of them. One of them is um, um, what's the name of that tool? Gosh darn it, was on the tip of my tongue. It's the tool that goes in and does the research and creates the video. I can't even remember the freaking tool. Let me see. What's the name of that tool? I can't remember it. Darn it. So a tool like Subscriber, right? A tool like Subscriber, that's not the tool, but a tool like Subscriber, like every week, a tool like Press Ranger, they're always adding, always tinkering, trying to give you more that you can utilize, right? I can't remember the name of that tool. Gosh, this kills me right. Is a tool dependent on one API? We already talked about that. I want founders to be able to anticipate growth of the tool and the users, and the shortfall is of both. I want the founders to be able to anticipate growth. I got that, of the tool and the users, and the shortfall is of both. I don't understand the last thing you say, and the shortfall, and the short and the shortfalls of both. Yeah, this is coming up crazy. Yeah, so I think that's good. So how do you anticipate that? I mean, how do you measure that? You is that a question that you is that a question that you should be, because at right now with AI, like when you say anticipate the growth, right? Nobody can anticipate the growth. And one of the things that I shared with founders, and the most of the founders I shared this with have made the adjustments and made the changes. Um, and I'm gonna give you the best example is Mavic. right? Mavic, and I think Learnerverse, right? I've talked to these founders, and next thing you know, they're making the changes. I said, dude, you need to have a tool that I cannot go a day without using, to the fact that it makes me money, it makes you money, and it makes my client money. If you can answer those, if you can solve those three, that is my rule, right? That's my rule for a tool that I'm going to double down on in full stack, right? Um, one and that brings up a tool like, when you say the founders be able to anticipate the growth, I'm going to use a tool like Stream Studios. Expensive now, right? You should have got in when you should have heard Jenny the first time. So a tool like Stream Studios, they're putting you in position to make money, right? And they're forward thinking, and they're a larger company, and they're a larger company that's coming down to try to satisfy the small creator, because they're already working at the corporate level, right? So they're anticipating growth. They knew people wanted to be on TikTok. They knew the vertical screens and streaming, and this was unpopular. This is, hey, we're going to allow you the ability to have ads on your vertical content. We're going to give you the opportunity to create courses. We're going to give you the opportunity to make money and build people and all. So I like in that tool. There are some tools I fall in love with, and people don't understand why. I see the different things that they do. So that's one. I do like that. So let me put that down. Um, can the founders, that's why a lot of them I want to get on the show, anticipate growth of the tool and the users. And the shortfalls. We have to clean that up on the end. We got something else we want there instead of the shortfalls of both. Oh, there's another word there. I can't think of it right now. Um, I like this. I like this. Doesn't box us into a niche, giving us range and an adaptability to adapt the information as we see fit, allows us to scale and continuously create beyond. This is perfect. If we can get that in a one-liner, but that's true. So we'll just say, hey, doesn't box us into a niche, but this is a darn good answer. And that's true. We don't want to be boxed in. They're like, oh, well, can you do this? And well, you can't do that. We're like, okay, are you going to add that? We'll add it to our list and we'll think about it. Right now, let me tell you, in their defense. So in a founder's defense, they kind of got to build on what the majority wants, right? Because it doesn't make sense, because Adrian wants something and Big Kev wants something, I'll build it. It's like, does the majority of the people want it? Is it going to make the overall platform better? So you will hear them say, hey, we'll add it to our list and all that. But my thing is, when you come with an attitude of, as a founder, when you come with an attitude of like, hey, we're seeing a lot of interest and people asking about that. What I intelligently want them to say is, I can see how that would work. We're going to move that to the. I've seen some say, hey, we're going to move that to the front, and we're going to get that done. I have seen that, where they'll see the vision soon as they get the ideas from us, saying, hey, why you don't have this, dude? Why you don't have that? Right? And it's like, oh, the best example, and I'll say it again, is Hey Summit. It was like, dude, how we can't use this if we can't use webhooks, right? I was like, all right, we'll throw in webhooks, because that was only for their enterprise clients. Now, did they really need to throw in webhooks? They really didn't, because they gave you access to Pabbly Connect. They gave you access to all these other ones. You really didn't need webhooks. They did it, but they said, hey, we see that everybody wants it and it makes sense. Let's throw that in, right? And again, I'm not trying to make this about one particular tool over another. And there's just things that I see that I get excited about, because if you're going to listen to me, if I'm telling you we need webhooks, because I may want to go into a whole nother program, then I want that ability to do that, right? I may want to go into an active pieces, so I need a webhook. I may want to go into an active pieces and then maybe go into a Task Magic or something like that. That's why I want the webhook. You don't have Task Magic on your as a connector. but you're giving me the ability to be able to get that. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense, right? So I really like that. That was a good one. Um, so I think, what did Johnny say? Did I get yours? Can founders grow? Shortfall, scalability. I didn't get. So Johnny, yeah, man, Johnny and Adrian, these two, I already know about them. Put these two in the room, man. We're all over the place. We could start our own. Hey, we actually could start our own company by just from the keen ideas that you guys have. I'm gonna if you're a part of my community and you're one of my hack stackers and full stackers, you're definitely gonna have an opportunity to get in on my growth vision because I'm putting everybody on stage. If you got a talent, I don't know it all, right? There's some people that just know different things, and I'm gonna be showcasing them in my growth vision. So I have radio, I have print, I have TV, I have Roku. You will get exposed. So not exposed in a bad way, but people will find you. So scalability, Johnny says scalability. What do you have here? He says scalability. Will the tool grow with our needs, such as increased demand without cost spikes or performance drops? Man, that's some powerful stuff. These founders better be looking at this. Will the tool grow with our needs? Increased demand. It's funny now how both Adrian and Johnny are giving me the examples now, but because I appreciate it. Thank you guys. Okay, so increased demand without now here's what I will say, and I have a confession to make. I don't mind paying for a tool if a tool says, hey, we've added this, and to make it work out and still make us sustainable, we're charging $30 a month, $50 a month. Now, my thought process when I'm going through and I'm seeing, is that something I want to continue to pay for? Well, if I've deployed it and I'm making $1,000 a month off of it, I will pay $50 for it. But if it's not the type of tool that allows me to see an immediate return or immediate money, and it's more of a support type of tool, but it's not a core part of my tech stack, I probably won't do it. But there are some tools I'll pay for. It says, hey, yeah, you want $50 a month for this? The prime example is Merlin. I think it's called Merlin. Was it Merlin? Yeah, Merlin had this. Merlin is doing a lot of things. They're mirroring a lot of things that ChatGPT does, but at a fraction of the cost, right? Merlin could do the deep search. They have a vault that carries all of your thoughts, and then you can say, hey, all the things that I just put in the vault, can you create me a use case, or can you create me an outline or whatever? So Merlin, the fraction of the cost, I bought that, and it says, hey, if you want to get super detailed, then we're going to charge you $99 a month, $99 a year. And I like that because they're constantly evolving that program. So I paid $99 a year for that particular tool. That tool does darn near everything that a ChatGPT does. I'm just letting you know. So that tool has scaled pretty well. Not necessarily buying for the roadmap, but more after. Okay, so not necessarily buying for the roadmap, but more so after purchase. There's nothing mentioned about what's coming up next. That's a fair point. So how do we showcase that? Now, this is Beats and Tech. So this is about us knowing before we make our decision to purchase them. So let's get that in something that we need to know, not so much as a roadmap, right? A roadmap is something I can tell you I'm going to do. I want your actions. So I like what you're saying here. Not necessarily, you guys help me out with this one. Not necessarily buying for the roadmap, but more so after the purchase. What gives you that? Is it the communication that they do? Like there are some tools that do a weekly. Oh, Alfana was that tool. With Sebastian, the CEO. He is evolving that tool. He's like pushing that tool forward. Crazy. So Alfana, if you got that, they're doing some stuff. they're using AI, but they're giving you all of these different flavors around it. I really like what they're doing with that tool as well. That was the name of the tool. Alphana came to me. Man. Oh, I like this one. So help me with this one, Beats and Text. Come back to this one. Give me something, not necessarily buying for the roadmap, but after the purchase, is there anything I noticed? So what should we put there? I don't like when people show me a public roadmap. I want you to show effort as a founder to send me updates. I don't have time to chase down your roadmap. So I like what the press ranger does. They say, hey, this is our weekly Friday. This is our weekly Friday update. These are the things that we did. So I know Press Ranger does that. So let's do this. Let's call this one. I like what you want here, bitch. So proactive, timely updates on the software, improvements or advancements and direction. How's that sound? So proactively, not I gotta beg you, I gotta look, oh, here's our roadmap. We're done with that. Dude, we're spending our money. We're done with the whole 3 years, 5. Because again, you got to think the SaaS market 5 years ago was vastly different than it is now. Tremendously different. Right. So now almost, and here's what I'll say. We have more leverage now with our dollars. And there are few, right? If you're in the US, I can't speak for UK or anybody else in the European Union or whatever in Canada. I can speak for the US. Money is tight. Dollars are tight. So we have the power. So these are our demands. These are things that we want. Don't give me this, hey, see our roadmap or add it. No, what are you doing? I want a weekly update. I want a monthly update at the minimum. So we say at a minimum. I said the minimum monthly update. So none of this, hey, join my Discord. No, you need to send me stuff. Join our Facebook page. And I get that. Sometimes it's easier to manage that way. But we got a little bit more leverage. You need to send me a monthly update as a minimum, right? I'll go here, minimum. Right? Does that make sense? Or no? Are you guys getting that? Does that make sense? That makes a lot of sense. Monthly update minimum. I'll put monthly update minimum. All right, Merlin is amazing. Hoping he comes back in full stack. Dude, Merlin's off to the races, man. They found a way to monetize it. Merlin is I was telling people about that. I said, there's something about this tool I really, really like. And Merlin is really serving me well. I love it. No, we haven't spoken about Lyft OS. We haven't. I was trying to avoid it. I feel so bad. I think what I liked about Lyft OS was its simplicity, right? There's not the first model I've seen like that, but it had the simplicity. I really, really like that. But right now, I think if you go to the AppSumo page, if you did get Lyft OS, I think now is an opportunity for you to. They said if you're a Plus member, they are giving you an opportunity to be able to get your credits back on that. So you heard it here. I don't know if you knew that already, but you can get your money back and or your credits back if you're a Plus member. If you're not, I think you get 50% or something like that on there. Always got your back guarantee. I toutly promoted Lyft OS because that tool was awesome. But what stressed me out, and I should have got the signs. There's some signs, warning signs. I kept trying to book the founder on the show. I kept trying to book. Dude kept ghosting me, right? And he's like, oh man, I had to meet with some investors, and then like 2 times I tried to meet with him and he says, hey, I had to meet with some investors. Now, could be true, but maybe he met with investors and they were like, nah, we're not feeling it. But he really had a good tool. Okay. So, and I really wanted on the show, but he kept ghosting me. And I don't know. I was like, I don't know. Maybe that's a sign. Can't keep getting ghosted. Right. Maybe we should put that out there. Do not ghost Jenny. I think Big Kev, and I'm gonna come back later. I'm gonna go back through this. I'm gonna probably make this I'm gonna narrow it down to top 10 but I'm probably going to get more. So big caps. How saturated is the sector tool is operating in, and what does it do better than most tools? You know why I don't know if I like this? So I gave you one of the best ones. What did I give you? I gave you is a tool depending on one API. That was yours, Kev. But I'm going to give you this one. I'm like, I don't know about this. And here's the reason why. Adrian said it at the onset. Dude, it's so competitive out here. If you got a good tool and it's really you've stumbled upon something, you're doing very, very good at it. I think that somebody's gonna come along and they're gonna make a better mousetrap than you, right? So I don't know if it's how saturated the sector is. How saturated the sector is for the tool, I think that's good. But the whole what does it do better than other tools similar to, the best example is Eureka. I have not seen another tool that come along. I thought Unifier was there, but Unifier was like, they started going in a different direction. Now you can actually they got agentic on us a little bit, so they're doing some different things as well. Yes, I'm gonna come back because I want to make sure that I get to my office hours. We gotta this needs to be a part two. Let me know if you guys want a part two, and then we'll continue this discussion. That's because so many of these discords that misses messages from not checking them. Yeah, there's been founders that have, then they start ghosting you. That's when you know, and they're like, hey, join us in our Discord or join us in our Facebook room. And then they just disappear from those two platforms. That's a telltale sign too. Um, AI that allows us to leverage our own ideas in a unique way, made for experts, thinkers, and creators who know what they want to build. That's Mavic. That's Mavic. I do. What do you guys think about what's the name of that tool? What's the name of that tool? Vocable. I weren't going to put up any tools, but what do you guys think about this tool? Right? What do you guys think about this tool? How many people have used this tool or own it? Yeah, so go to contact support at AppSumo and ask them about Lyft OS. Ask them about a Lyft OS, a refund, and they'll be able to take care of you there if you have the plus or they're got your back guarantee. Because I was touting them, they're really, that tool is awesome. I really liked. I loved. It was that tool because I got so much more accomplished because it was so streamlined. Um, I don't really have an alternative. I could show you right now where I sent them a message that says, hey, since you guys said this is going away, you guys need to find us an alternative. I could show you a message I sent to them that says, hey, Lyft OS is going away. I want a replacement. And I asked them. So they said they're going to run it up the team, run under the flagpole. So have you guys seen Vocable as we get out of here? So again, I am having a office hours after this. If you're not part of Hack Pack 2, 3, in my community or whatever, you can still pay to get access, but those people will have access. They'll get that from the community. But I'm doing a live office hours, and that's going to go on for like 2-3 hours. And we're just going to be in the tools, digging into them, doing demos. I'm going to do my Roses Are Red hack pack that no one's seen. No one has seen it. And I can promise you it's going to be the best. So you can still get into that if you go to LTD Streets. Go ahead and buy your admission ticket. That's going to start at 10. I need to get that going. If I don't start it at 10, I'm going to have some issues here. So let me I am going to have to, we're going to do a part 2 on this. We're going to have to do a part 2 on this. We're going to have to. Oh, here it is right here. All right. Oh, crap. You guys stand by. I'm going to be going to my office hours. Okay, so let me see. I hope I don't. Let's see. Stand by. So that's where I am going to be in my office hours. I'm gonna shut this off here in a minute as we wrap up, but I kind of want to give you guys an idea where we're gonna be. We're gonna do a part two on this. We are gonna do a part two on this because I'm not finished with this. But these are some of the things that all right, so where are we at here? All right. Let's see. Uh oops. All right, so let me get here. Boom, boom, boom. Um uh hold on. Give me a second. Wait a minute. What are we doing here? All right. So I am in there now. Sounded good, but I wasn't impressed after using it, returned it. All right. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. I am going to get off of YouTube. And if you want to join me for my live, um, if you want to join me for my live office hours, that's going to be going on right now. I'm going to officially start that in the next 15 minutes. But if you want to be able to get in on that, you got to go to LTD Streets and go ahead and get into that. And you can buy a ticket for that. I'm going to be taking your questions. I'm going to be digging into all the tools. You guys know I have every last one of them. And I'm going to be showing you some best practices. And I'm going to do my Roses Are Red pack, which is going to be sweet. And that is what we're going to be doing here. Let me do this. Hold on here. All right, so you guys can join me over there at the let me see. I'm gonna put the links up. So let me just give me a second. All right, so again, I am going over to my stream studio. And I'm gonna be doing my live office hours, be taking your questions, I'm gonna be looking at tools, and we're gonna do a consensus. Like I can't do to every single tool. We're gonna do some of those hard to understand tools and kind of give you some of the best practices and things like that. So if you go over to LTD Streets, let me see www.ltdstreets.com. You can get a ticket there. Also for boom, 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 boom. Let me do this. All right. Make sure you guys give me a thumbs up for this. We're gonna do a part two on this for sure. We're definitely gonna do a part two. Let me know if you guys can get in through the LTD Streets or who's all interested in joining my live office hours. Hey, it's Memorial Day. I'm giving away lots of juicy hacks today. Well, it's Memorial Day weekend. So let me see. Let me get into that. Let's see. Log in with Google. Log in. So the office hours is for it's for anybody to purchase, but if you're part of the community and you support the channel and you support the community, then I'm going to give you the link. You should already be able to get into that. Let me see. me share with you the link. It's not gonna be hello? Somebody here? Who's this? And I got like 5 things going on here. So I'm gonna put this who is this? Who is this? Hello? Oh, Bruni, we're not gonna be in this room. Bruni, we're not gonna be in this room. This is not where it's at. All right. I'll send the link. It'll be in the community. Bye-bye. Let me get out of here. Let me get out. I was like, what was that? Let me see. Log out of that room. Log into this room. So, so those of you who are in the community, you should see the link in there. Use your I don't know if that's gonna work. You have to try something else. All right, so who's all gonna join me over there? Let me know so I'll know who's all gonna be there. That again, that's my live office hours. So let me do that. We get into there. It's kind of all right. So I'm going to wait a minute. Are you guys man, I got like 50 things going on here. Hold on. Any last minute questions before we wrap up here? We're gonna do a part 2 on this. Getting a little, let me see. Let me see. All right. No more questions. Let me see. Man, I got literally I have 4 screens open. I know you don't believe me, but I do. So if you want to join, do I have to pay if you're tier 3? No, Johnny, you're part of the community. You're in. Just use your email address. I think you're because you're legacy and in the community. So I think you're good. So just go into the community and get access from there. That's in the community. Anybody else, just go to LTD Streets. Let me know if you can actually get in. Because I have it open here on. Here's a direct link. Let me just give you the direct link here. Let me see, direct link. So that's the direct link to the paid process. Rimsey, are you part of, if you're part of the Hack Pack 4, listen, I'm not doing administratively things today. So I don't know how you're going to be able to get in. I can't do I don't know. It doesn't say that you're a member of the community because you don't have logo on you. So you have to use that other link to get in. You'll be able to get in from there. So I'm going to be joining that over there. So again, this is going to be my live office hours. We're going to be getting into a lot of different tools. I am going to be going over the Roses Are Red pack. That is, no one's seen this pack come in, this hack pack. And you'll probably like it. Actually, I know you'll like it because it's different. It's even covers some of the things we talked about. So I'm going to put a list to this. I'm going to come back and put a list to this inside of the show notes. So you'll be able to download it and get a copy of this list. I think we're going to come back. We're going to make a top 20 list, and we're going to do a part 2. So we did 10 today. We're going to come back and I'm going to look through the notes. And I'm going to try to at least want to get at least 20 of them. So when I do the Monday Madness, you'll already know some of the tools that I'll be looking at and the reason why I'll be looking at those tools. I'm not going to get every tool right. LiftOS was a tool that LiftOS sessions. And it's funny because Mark Rodriguez, obviously, because that's who he is, he reminded me of it. Dude, remember when you put out the top 10 reasons why to own sessions? I was like, yeah, one of the reasons what took them down was because they had too much money. So they had 3 investors. Excuse me. So they had 3 investors in sessions. And I think they kept putting so much money in it. But then when the AI hit, they wanted to go in another direction and go to a full AI company. And I don't think they were able to do that. And so they lost the funding. So one of the reasons what made them so good and what's one of the reasons why so many companies struggle is because they don't have enough money. Well, Sessions had too much money. They had a gluttony problem. And but the tool was still fire, right? So all right, so we got that. So I'm gonna shut this channel down because I can't be in 5 channels at once. This is crazy. Let me see. Let's see. Where's my channel at? Let's see here. I cannot. Oh, here it is right here. I had no idea where my channel was. All right. So some people are in already. So let me turn on my camera. You guys give me a chat or make some comments. Let me know that you're here. Who's all joined me over there? Turn my camera on here. Let me set up the destination here. Let me see. All right, so I got to end this YouTube. I got to. I got too much stuff going on here. Hey, so you guys got the link there. I will come back and put the link in it. If you go to LTD Streets. All right, who is that? See you, Jenny. Who is that? I don't even know who that is. Yogos. All right, so LTD Streets, ltdstreets.com, ltdstreets.com. You should be able to get in on the live that's going on right now. All right. Let me end the stream. So I'll see you guys over there. Live office hours. We're going to bang out a lot of stuff. It's going to be 2 hours of just packed demos. I'm going to be busting it out. All right. I know you can't hear me yet because I haven't turned on the mic yet. I know. Just hold on. All right. You guys have been great. Take care.